Hi everybody, it's Anne from Annalise Creates, Annalise Creations. How's everybody today? I'm filming sideways today because it just makes it much easier to film from the side than versus this way or this way, because I can't get my movie editing thing. When I flip it, it still looks kind of funky. It makes me feel weird. It's not quite flat down. I need my husband to make me a contraption so that I can connect my video camera overhead. I think that would remedy the whole situation. Yeah, one of these days. So today I'm working again in Journaling by 5's a la Shannon Green, and this time it's free play. So I figured I'd start with the first page and do about, maybe 15 minutes of free play on the first page, on each page. That way, and 15 minutes with this page, then I'll cut out and edit the video for you guys, and then do the same for the second, and so on and so forth. So yeah, and as usual, I didn't have my phone ready. Let me get something else out of the way. You should see my studio right now. Looks like a disaster. Yeah, looks like a disaster. Big time disaster. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer for 15 minutes and we're going to get started. So today what I did was I bought this. I normally don't like shopping at Walmart. I try to avoid it as much as I can for personal reasons, as well as just it's in a bad part of town. And the next town next to me, it's kind of in a bad part of town, and I don't like going there by myself. But this past week, I'll blame Gina Ahrens. If you're watching this, Gina, it's all your fault. She posted on Facebook, Crazy Island Family Facebook page, some containers that she had bought there for her chalk pastels, and so I went ahead and went over there. But anyways, to make the long story short, I bought this sink mat, and it's really got a cool pattern. So I'm going to use some dilutions on this one. So I'm going to spray some dilutions, and I'm trying to cover things up a little bit in my office, but you should see one of my lamps. It's now a pretty color of speckled paints and dilution sprays. So yeah, make sure that when you're doing this that you cover things up or take it outside to spray, because it can make a mess. So we're going to see what this is going to look like when I remove this. I've done this before with a bigger sink mat, but it's a different pattern, and I kind of liked the butterflies on it. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, cool. Very cool. So yeah, and I'm going to have to sit this here aside to let it dry, because luckily I've got my water back on. If you watched the previous video, you would have heard about my adventures about my water. I had a pipe actually a faucet that completely disintegrated on me, and I was able to get a plumber out here on a Saturday, and he didn't charge me that much, so that's really good. I think he felt sorry for me. I did look a little disheveled when he came, and I probably smelled because I hadn't had a shower in a day or two. So he's probably thinking, yeah, let me get this done quick. Charge her not as much. Anyhow, so I noticed after doing that, some of the papers came up, so I got to re-glue them down. Sometimes that happens with cheapy paint. Cheapy glue. It's not completely waterproof or liquid proof, so you may have to go in and re-glue some edges that might lift back up, and yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's just getting some of the corners put. Whoops, that one just tore. Oh well. then it wasn't meant to be there. Okay. So now that I put that down, I'm going to take some oil pastels that I have here. I've got a whole mixture of oil pastels. I've got Crayola ones. I've got the Portfolio series oil pastels. I've got Caran d'Ache nail pastels. They're very different from the water soluble. These are not water soluble. So I'm going to go around, see what I can get here. I might do some doodles or some leaves. The oil pastels. And because they're oil pastels, they're not going to affect the dilution sprays, because oil pastels are, of course, made with some type of oil, like mineral oil or something, I think is how they make them. And perhaps some type of wax, depending on the brand, I think. So because it's not a water-soluble type medium, it's not going to smear or smudge your dilution sprays, because dilutions are known to just kind of smear. Oh. So yeah, let me mute my phone right now. There we go. So I'm kind of creating some leaves here. You see the leaves? Let's see if I can go in a little bit closer. Right in here. It's kind of hard to see over the purple. I'm going to outline them in black. If I can find my black, I probably should have put out the colors I thought I was going to use, but oh well. So this is going to make a beautiful mess. Okay. And then let's see, on this side, I may do something a little different. See the outline of the flowers in that left, the imprint of the flowers. I'm going to outline that and color some in. You see that? Oops, let's make sure I'm in the frame. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes it's hard to be in the frame. So hopefully that will work. Oh, there we go. That works. That looks pretty cool. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of purple and outline with the purple. This one's a Crayola waxed crayon. They're not as good as the nail pastels by Caran d'Ache or the Portfolio. I like the Portfolios. They're cool. They're not that expensive either. If you go on Amazon, you can find them for pretty cheap. And yeah, I like the softness of them. I like that. It's blending in pretty cool. Let's darker blue. And of course, because I'm using oil pastels, I may have to use it. I will have to use a fixative. So when I'm done with this page, I'll take it outside and spray fixative on it. I use sometimes I use Min-Max polyacrylic clear gloss if I want it glossy, but I found that tends to stick makes my pages stick. So I found the archival varnish that's matte medium by Krylon. This one's not that expensive. The Prismacolor fixative, it's really for pastels, charcoal, and pencils. Not really for, I wouldn't say oil pastels per se, but it will work. You may just have to put a few more layers on it. And do spray it outside because it's not good for yourself. I did that once. I sprayed it indoors and I thought I'd be okay, and no. So I learned the hard way. Okay, so let's see what else I can do here because I only have 4 minutes left, believe it or not. And I did all this talking. I may have to give myself another 15 minutes on this at another time. I'm really liking the oil pastels. I really do like working with them. They're a lot of fun. So, got this green line to go around the edges. So I was just outlining the what the Sync design pad left. Here's the butterfly imprint. So I'm going to outline it and then I'm going to add some more colors on the inside. So it just is a doodling process, kind of figuring out what you're going to add inside of here. And these are Crayola. This is a Crayola, and I can tell the difference already with the Crayola. It's not as soft. It's kind of a rough feeling one. So I'm going to go back to my Caran d'Ache here. Yeah. And the Caran d'Ache ones are have way more vibrant. It's a lot more opaque, and it gives it a much better vibrant colors. Now I'm back to the portfolio. I'm going to go around with the orange. I might get a little mud, but that's okay. Alright, let's see what else I can come up with here. I've got a black here. I think I'm going to add some. No, it's slate gray. That's okay, that works. And then I'm just going to outline again. Okay. And try not to put your hand on here because you can accidentally smear it until you add a fixative on it. See if I can do some more in this corner before the timer goes off. And then I may just work on this on my own afterwards. Just to kind of, this is just kind of to give you an idea of what the free play part of a la Shannon Green's journal is all about. Yeah. And I think it's a really cool thing she came up with because it really inspires us, gives us kind of a brain tickler to keep us, to get those creative juices flowing. Yeah, it really helps a lot because there's times where it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Okay, so let's see, I've got this blue I like, although I already did a blue, so I'm going to do a different color. I'll do a different color here. I think I already used something like that, so let's see. orange. Here we go. Here's a bright orange red, orangey red. Okay, there we go. Bet you my time went off. I muted my phone. Let's see if it went off. Nope, I've got 1 minute. There we go. Time is up. So I'll see you guys next time. And next time I'll show you what I've finished on this one. And yeah, and that's it. See you guys later. Bye. Have a great rest of the weekend.